How do you do, people? It's Big Bless here, CEO of Find a Way Entertainment, and we want to give you a dose of Going Nowhere Fast by Samuel T. Yeager. It's the audio book. A special note to the listener. As you dive into the journey of Mike's life, pay attention to the changes of his mind state. Once that's accomplished, then you will feel and hear the story for what it really is. The author. Samuel T. Yeager was born and raised in the cold, tricky streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Like so many other Minneapolis natives growing up in the early 90s, he too fell victim to drugs, gang life, and early fatherhood and crime. 3 days before his 19th birthday, he found himself in a cell reading indictment papers. A 20-year sentence after a 2-month speedy trial came next for Mr. Yeager. 13 and a half years dragged on soon after. While paying his debt to society, Samuel found the courage to chip away at the stone cage which he once placed his heart in years prior. With compassion, faith, and the power of love thriving within him, he soon decided to dedicate his future to helping others. On a mission to follow through with his promise, Sam began formatting the movement known as a Finer Way. The movement behind spreading the word that there is a finer way to think, feel, and express yourself in every situation. So think before you act. Knowing he needed capital to fund such a movement, Samuel wrote his first book, Going Nowhere Fast. He figured if he could save one life through his movement, it would all be worth it. Going Nowhere Fast, preface. Mike cracked the fortune cookie in half and slowly pulled out the fortune. Once he got a firm grip on it, using his thumb and index finger of both hands, he read it. Keep calm, the big one's coming. Mike was a lost child from birth, destined to go down the wrong path of life. Growing up on the south side of Minneapolis, played a small part in the lifestyle he chose. The main force behind such a decision was his family. Ever since he could remember, they kept their hands in the fast life, pimping, running numbers, and the biggest of all, selling drugs. Mike watched his family lose their devotion as they dug deeper into using the drugs they sold for so many years. Once he was old enough to where he understood what was going on around him, he made up his mind that he would hit the streets and make it big. The plan: make enough money so he could take his mom away from the madness so they could once again be a strong family. Mike knew something was missing out of his life, and he figured it had to be true love. When it came to his father, he was never really around, so to Mike, his dad couldn't possibly love him. When it came to his mother, she wouldn't stop using when he would ask her to. So, with her love, something just had to be missing. After giving birth to such an understanding, Mike went to the streets to chase down his dream of finding true love and acceptance. Only if he knew how fast his life was slipping away.